Yo, it's your boy Ringo back at it again with another one. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Let's get down to business. What are we talking about? Okay, so we have a situation here between someone named OG Shabazz and Hassan Campbell. Now, I know about Hassan Campbell, heard about him, know about his content on YouTube, never heard of an OG Shabazz, have no clue who this brother is. But I want to take a listen to these two tapes and give my take on exactly what's happening here, because there seems to be some sort of issue that we got to address. This is in regards to the situation of, Gillie, the kid's son, getting deleted in these streets, possible blood sacrifice, right? And there seems to be a lot of people that are upset with anybody that talk about Gillie, the kid's son, or anything. If there's any criticism, you see them saying you're being disrespectful, you're this, you're that. It's just really crazy. It's like we mad at people for talking about a situation, but we not out here trying to find a killer, right? And then the card that they normally pull is that you're jealous of something, you're mad because they making money. It's just a lot of petty stuff, fam. So we're going to go into the tapes, see what's going on. We're going to listen to Shabazz. We're going to listen to his tape first, hear what he's saying, and kind of break it down. And then we're going to listen to Hassan Campbell. We're going to listen to what he got to say to see if he's wrong, because a lot of people are giving Hassan a lot of pushback, and they saying that he just want attention and all of this other stuff. We're going to look at this thing from a logical perspective. That's what we're going to. I'm going to break this thing down, because these streets got no love for no black man that speaks truth. We celebrate killing. We celebrate dysfunction. We rap about death all the time. Gillie is fully aware of the streets. All you ninjas out there that jump on the bandwagon always got something to say because people trying to speak truth. And we say, oh, they hating, they jealous, that's disrespectful. No, what's disrespectful is when you got motherfuckers in the hood selling drugs all day, shooting and killing one another all day. But none of you ninjas got nothing to say about none of that. But the minute some sort of person that got some sort of clout and popularity, as soon as one of his family or his son or whatever the case pass away, all of a sudden now, everybody want to use the "you're being disrespectful" card. When his son was out there talking about shoot 'em up, shoot 'em up. His son was making nothing but a bunch of trap music talking about death, rolling around with a bunch of other ninjas that were on their way to hell. Nobody following God, right? But we want to say somebody's being disrespectful because they speaking this thing out. See, we ain't have no fucking fathers in the home growing up, a lot of us. We ain't have no uncles that would call our asses out, whoop our asses if need be when we got out of pocket. None of us in the hood had that. So the streets raised us to be monsters and animals. And anytime a brother try to speak this real, rather than the OGs regulate the situation and say, you know what, fam? I can't even be mad at this brother. Because at the end of the day, how was this young brother really moving in these streets? Was this brother moving in silence, or was he pushing violence? Was he out here on the straight and narrow path, or was he hanging with the goons? Because I tell you what, if I'm hanging around a bunch of shooters and goons and dealers and I get caught in the mix, hey, I signed for the package. That's why I roll solo. But if I hang around the hood all day, hanging out with ninjas all night, rolling dice, You know good and well dice games in the hood always turn violent when you got somebody from another hood rolling dice with people in that hood. Somebody gonna get robbed. So once you understand these streets and you recognize the real, then there's no sugarcoating. But we don't got that in the hood anymore because everybody's afraid to talk, because it seems like anybody that speak the truth, they get ostracized, criticized, and banished from the community because we got a lot of dumb people in the community that love dysfunction. So now we're going to play OG Shabazz tape. We're going to hear what he got to say, right? And then we're going to hear what Hassan Campbell got to say. And later on, we're going to watch a news tape in another stream where I guess the funeral for Gillie's son already took place. I think it was yesterday. You know what I mean? And you see him holding, I guess, the casket or whatever the situation is. I don't know what his belief system is. Look like he's probably Muslim or whatever the case is. I don't know. But that makes it even worse. What makes it worse, and respectfully I'm speaking, what makes it sad is that if Gillie is supposed to be a practicing Muslim, your son out here wilding out, but you got religion and he don't got that, that's sad. That's sad. Because it's like people get religious, but they not even living the life. How your son out here in these streets? And see, that's the problem. It's not about, oh, that's disrespectful or that's insensitive. No, it's the fucking truth, fam. You got ninjas out here dying every day. Nobody cares about them. What happened to the other two people that allegedly got shot? Because it wasn't just Gillie's son that got clapped. What happened to the other two people? Why nobody's giving their condolences and their happy sorries and their, how they feeling right now? They good? They got out the hospital? What's good? I want to know what's going on with them. What about their families? See, nobody cares because those people that got shot, not celebrity kids. You understand what my point is? People in the hood die every day. But see, because it's Gillie's son, for some reason on social media, y'all think that they deserve some special treatment. No. There's no special treatment in the streets. If a news story break out, it doesn't matter whose son, whose daughter, it doesn't matter. It's fair game. Own it. We got to stop crying because of situations like this. I didn't pull the trigger. Somebody in them streets went to Gillie's son and clapped him. End the story. Go find the killer. Anytime you got people being emotional, getting mad at people, especially bloggers and content creators, y'all getting mad over opinions and getting salty. It goes to show how the culture got people blind, where you give the energy to the blogger that you should be giving to the killer. First of all, who's the killer? Do anybody know? Oh, I forgot. In the hood, nobody talks. Nobody say anything. You understand? It's crazy stuff, man. But it is what it is. If there's any goofies in the chat, V-Dub gonna take care of it once he's spotted. But anyway, let's get to the tape. I got a lot of stories I gotta cover. I guess this is a marathon. It is what it is. But we gotta break this stuff down, fam, because we trying to deal with the real topics. We trying to deal with the real issues. I don't sugarcoat nothing when I speak. I'm a father. I'm not no fucking little boy. You know what I mean? I'm a grown man. You know what I mean? And all of these brothers right here have to be in their 40s. Gotta be in either their 40s or pushing 50. So we dealing with grown men. This is grown man business. We gotta stop playing. When it comes to this truth, when it comes to spitting information, you brothers gotta really get over your damn feelings. Seriously. When truth is given, you gotta respect it. You gotta respect truth when it's given. Because I'm seeing a lot of people saying, oh, Hassan, he just clout chasing, looking for attention, then why the fuck you watching his videos? I'm trying to figure this out, man. Look, if he's out here clout chasing, why you watching his videos for? And why you mad at him? And you not mad at the killer? What's going on here? It's so let me get this straight. So y'all want to take out Hassan now. That's what it is? Y'all want to take me out because I'm speaking truth. You mad at me, but you're not finding the killer. But you got time to talk about the bloggers. But you don't got no time to go to the hood and find out what's going on. Is the streets talking? Because I'm pretty sure they know who the killer is. I'm pretty sure word got back to Gillie already. Somebody know who did it. Ain't no way something like that could go down and it wasn't authorized by somebody. You gonna tell me they didn't know that's Gillie's son? You gonna tell me they didn't know? Oh, they knew, but they didn't care. So somebody authorized the hit. So rather than getting upset with the bloggers, how about we focus on who the fuck the killer is? Oh, but they're not going to talk about that. Why? Because it go back to the rituals. It go back to the blood sacrifices. Oh, but we're being disrespectful if we talk about that. We're being a little insensitive. See, this just goes to show how ninjas are. Ninjas are like this only with their people, not with white people. White people could put the ish on the news and publish it all day. Nobody get upset with the news media. But if a black man speak on the issues raw, everybody crying about it. The young brother dead, man. He gone. All that emotional stuff, save it. Who the killer? Let's talk about it. You mad at the blogger. You wasting your damn time. Because you clout chasing. Because see, here's the thing, fam. If Hassan Campbell is out of pocket, right? If he's out of pocket for his statements or his words or however he went about the situation, why you keep entertaining his content? And did you even take the time to listen to the message to get the understanding of what's being said? Or you just mad at the delivery? Because, you know, a lot of times a delivery can be bad. But when you check the products, when you open it up, it's good. How many of you had a delivery that the package was all crushed up and crazy, but when you open it up, everything was okay? So you was like, okay, cool. Delivery wasn't right. I didn't like it. But hey, it's the truth. Everything is good. Was Hassan out of pocket? Was he wrong? That's what I want to know. So we're going to roll the tape. Let's roll the tape, find out what's going on here, fam. We're going to listen to OG's Shabazz. Again, I don't know nothing about this brother, never heard of him. It's my first time ever hearing about him. You understand? I don't know nothing about this cat. So we're going to listen critically and break this thing down fair. We're going to break this thing down fair. No partiality and judgment. None of that nonsense. We're going to look at this thing logically. Logically. We're going to break it down. You know what I mean? So now let's listen to the tape, find out what's happening.
Here's what's popping. I want to put something out here, man, because it's something real disrespectful and disgusting going on. And I done seen it more than once about Gillie and his son. A lot of dudes seem to think it's appropriate to talk about, oh, he got $100 million or he's a millionaire now. So what was his son doing in the hood? His son wasn't 12. His son wasn't underage. His son was a young 25-year-old grown man who made his own decisions. Y'all got to stop acting like because a person got a certain amount of money that they can control their children, especially grown children. Go over the course of time throughout history and see how many successful people, including celebrities, have had all the money in the world, but still had challenges with their children. The money don't change nothing. Let's just keep it all the way a buck. A lot of you dudes don't like the way Gillie talk. A lot of you dudes don't like the fact that he cocky and talk heavy and talk husky and talk like he got the fastest hands in America and can beat everybody up. Y'all don't like it. Y'all don't like the fact that somebody that conduct himself the way that he does, done came into good fortune. But because y'all can't hate on his livelihood, because he making y'all sick to your stomachs every day with how he living, y'all happy that something done happened to this man. And instead of being respectful in his family's time of mourning, y'all trying to find a way to take shots at him about something that ain't got nothing to do with him. His son was grown. He was not underaged. He did not have to be in the house by 10:30. So whatever was going on, that's between that family. But y'all sound real crazy out here talking about he's supposed to have so much money. What was his son doing here? What was his son doing there? The person that could answer that question is no longer here. And it's not Gillie. See, a lot of y'all ain't never had nothing. So you don't understand that just because you got something, that automatically means everything gonna be good in your family. A lot of y'all need to go and get you some business. And stop hating on people so much. Because that's all this is. You're just hating on this man. And you ain't been able to hate on nothing else he been doing, because everything that him and Wallow been touching been turning into cold cash. And you're sick to your stomachs because it's getting put in your face with Lamborghinis and old schools and deals, and y'all sick. So the only thing you can do is take a shot at the man at a time like this. Y'all corny for that, man. This is some real corny play y'all running.
All right. So now you heard from OG Shabazz. You heard what he had to say, right? You heard what he had to say. You heard everything. You heard it in context. I didn't pause nothing. I didn't interrupt. I didn't say nothing. So now, based on everything that I'm hearing from what he just finished saying, he's implying that anybody that is talking about the situation with Gillie and his son is somehow jealous because of some money. Do you see how our people think? Money. This has nothing to do with no money, fam. This has nothing to do with that. It's the principal things that's being brought out. Because I shared my commentary too, and I got my opinions too. And again, I'm coming from a position of a father. I'm not some ninja in the streets that's just running his mouth talking crap. I'm coming from the perspective of a father and responsibility and understanding that if your son is out in them streets and he's with the goons and the shooters and the killers and he rapping about death, don't be surprised when he die. Don't be surprised when he die. I don't want to see no tears. He had it coming. Any OG, anybody in these streets that understand these things would know if you live by the streets, you're going to die by the streets. There's no way around that. But now to say somebody's being disrespectful because they're addressing these situations, you wondering why we don't got no leaders in the black community. Because anytime somebody stand up to lead, y'all want them to bleed. Balls. And this is why we have a lot of brothers that refuse to pick up the baton to lead, because anytime they try to lead, y'all want them to bleed. And that's a fact. Anytime you try to speak, you get shut down. You're being disrespectful. Leave the family alone. Let them mourn. Well, the news media is the one that put all the information out there. Nobody would know this. Nobody would know nothing if the news media didn't put it out. But nobody's talking about the white man. White man get a pass. It's the minute the black man open his mouth and begin to talk, he's considered a hater. But now let's listen to Hassan. We're going to break down what OG Shabazz said. We're going to break everything down line upon line. I just want to play the videos straight through so that you heard it, I heard it. Nobody could accuse me of taking something out of context. So let's listen now to Hassan, hear what he got to say about the situation.
Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Let me play something for y'all real quick. This is a reaction video. Let me react to this dude real quick.
He's going to pretty much play the same stuff that we heard, right? So let me kind of fast forward it because we already heard it already. Let me see. Okay, hold on.
Is take a shot at the man at a time like this. Y'all corny for that.
All right. You're done? You said enough. Y'all heard enough, right? Shall we begin? See, here's the thing, right? Respectfully. You know, that's the disrespect. That's the road. That's when you on the road to disrespect. When people be like, respectfully. First off, where was this lecture? Where was all this conversation coming from you, Shabazz? When Gillie got up, when Gillie sat there with Jay Prince and listened to Jay Prince antagonize and threaten Offset after Takeoff was murdered.
That's a good point.
What? Who? Huh? Where was this energy at? Did you check Gillie?
No.
When he did that in front of the world? No, you didn't. And see, some of us have feelings and we remember things. That's for one. For two, it's not about with me. Just about his father controlling him and him being in the hood. It's about people pushing this evil-ass music.
Mm-hmm.
This evil-ass industry and these evil-ass rappers who leading these young boys astray. You reap what you sow. It's about the door. Going through the door of sacrifice and accepting Satan's money. And then when your child get his soul snatched, everybody's crying when you knew the Grand Reaper was coming. It's about the door. Now let's get to you, Shabazz. May the brother rest in peace, man. I'm not here to make Gillie's life or his family's life more miserable than what it is. The killer. You know the killer? The one that actually pulled the trigger? I don't hear y'all saying nothing about him. Y'all have a problem, and this is why I have a problem with y'all. Y'all got a problem with the people that have an opinion on him going back to the hood where he's not wanted. Clearly he wasn't wanted there, so they didn't let him leave. Y'all don't have a problem with the person who left him laying on his back with his back dirty and his feet up in the air, who got him sitting in the freezer. No, you got a problem with the people that got an opinion, but not near one of y'all said anything about the shooter.
That's crazy.
Can I get an amen? Oh no, ain't not near one of y'all went knocking on the shooter's door. I guarantee every last one of y'all in the hood know where to find the shooter at. Y'all didn't tag his name in one video on Instagram, but you tagging my name, right? Right. Now, let's get to you, Shabazz the OG. You have some audacity. The majority of us lost respect for you when you sat up there and posted pictures of you and Brother Polite standing in unity with Mayweather after that brother left his DNA all over a 14-year-old girl.
Wow. That's crazy.
And got charged with the unthinkable. The man copped out to a lesser charge of leaving his DNA all over a 14-year-old girl, and you stood by his side. Man. It is what it is. Ain't nothing else for me to say. I ain't got nothing else to say. That's what you did. So we not even feeling you. It is what it is. We don't have to make this video long and drawn out. Once you stood next to Polite, you lost everybody's respect.
Wow. That's crazy.
Don't come at me because I got an opinion. Some of us felt some type of way when Gillie sat up there with Jay Prince.
That's a fact.
Why he threatened Offset after Takeoff was murdered. Oh, y'all forgot about that? Don't try to paint no picture of Gillie like he's some innocent dude, because he ain't. Shout out to Gillie. I wish him the best of luck. I pray that his pain is eased. But the reality of it is, it's a door. When you sell your soul in the industry, the Grand Reaper comes to snatch any soul that it wants. And it just so happened he created a situation and they snatched his son's soul. Y'all don't like it? It is what it is. Stay out of Satan's house if you don't want to play by Satan's rules. Stop acting like y'all missed the whole message. Oh, that's right. You in the same industry. You around the same celebrities that went through the door. The door, the door, the door. You know how Nori said? It's a door. You could go left. You could go right. You could go to the homo door. You could go through the sacrifice door. Or you could go straight. It's kind of looking like Gillie went through the sacrifice door.
Damn, it's crazy.
Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and I'm out. And pay attention to your circle before they hurt you.
So, we heard what OG Shabazz had to say. We heard what Hassan Campbell had to say. And make sure you support Hassan Campbell's channel. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you already done know the deal already. So now, let's break down everything. Line upon line, word for word, you know, because a lot of you're going to automatically assume that, okay, you automatically agree with Hassan Campbell. We could tell, Ringo, that you look like you agree with him more than Shabazz, right? Not necessarily agree with every single thing. I don't agree with everybody on YouTube. At the same time, when it comes to a situation like this, we're dealing with a serious situation. And one thing I don't like is that as black men, anytime a black man speak heavy, the first thing a ninja want to do is kill him. But y'all don't want to go put hands on the one that took the young brother out. Nobody's talking about that. I haven't heard not one person on social media talk about that situation, who the killer is, where he live at, what hood he from. Nobody's seen nothing. Why? Because he was sent. And normally in this industry, this is what they do. Blood sacrifices. You understand? So they don't like when you have certain people that got influence to pretty much speak on these situations. You know, Hassan has a voice. He has a platform. He get numbers, you know, and a lot of people hate that. It's not everybody that could just come on YouTube, go live and have a certain amount of 1,000 people watching at one time. Now, if he was full of ish, why everybody watching? Obviously, because they want to hear what he got to say. Obviously, because they're there for the information. Because what I'm noticing is this, and it's not just Brother Shabazz that pretty much might have an issue. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube and Instagram making content in reaction to Hassan's videos. It's like they only see Hassan. I don't see them talking about me. You understand? They ain't mentioning my name. But I can tell that a lot of creators are dropping word, but they're not saying names. But you could almost tell they're talking about anybody that got anything of criticism in regards to Gillie's son situation. But nobody's talking about the other two that was shot. What about their condition? Is anybody paralyzed? Is anybody having life-threatening injuries? Nobody cares because it's not Gillie's son. You know? And I find that to be hypocritical that we give so much care and attention to people because they're celebrity kids or they're just hood rich or hood popular or whatever y'all want to call that mess. We give them all of the attention, but we don't show no respect for the people that are living. We got more respect for dead people than people that are living. Gillie's son is dead, y'all. I don't know where this thing is in the hood where everybody got more respect for the dead than the living. Oh, you said something about the dead? I'm gonna kill you. What? So hold up. You got more respect for somebody that's gone than someone who's living. That's where we are right now as a people. You got people that will fight you if you say anything about somebody that already died. As if though that's the solution to the problem, but they're not going out there to find the killer. That's the problem. Go find the killer. Take that same energy that you got and go find the person who did this to Gillie the kid's son. Because Gillie the kid's son was not an angel. I told you already. Go to his Instagram. Go there right now. Go to his Instagram. Look at how the young brother was moving. It was bound to happen, fam. I look at youngins all day in these streets, and I can see death is coming to them soon. It's just the way these cats don't live past, they don't live to see 30. Most don't even live to see 25, man. Because they dancing with the devil. Hassan probably came from a background where he had a lot of things done to him. And I know about his stories. I know about his situations. I've seen a lot of the content. So I'm familiar with things. And he's at the age right now where it's like, okay, I'm in my 40s. You know, I got to spit some game because ain't nobody teaching none of these youngins nothing. So that's what his content is. Whether he's spitting game or whether he's just criticizing something, at the end of the day, YouTube is his thing. This is what he do. Respect it. But to be getting mad over opinions, it just goes to show that something he said triggered you deep because it has some truth to it. If I'm just here talking bull crap all day, why are you listening to me and taking it to heart? Obviously, when you're triggered, it's because the truth hit. That's why you mad. You understand? So why OG Shabazz came out with his video in the first place? Because they don't like when other men talk about these situations. So they'll try to make it seem like you being disrespectful when iron sharpen iron. It's not about being disrespected. This is the problem with grown men. We got to stop with this nonsense about who's disrespecting who. No. When a man shares his opinion and thoughts, you need to listen, pay attention. Because another young brother that's 25 gonna die next week. So hopefully if he watch the content, he gonna know how to move in these streets so that he don't get clapped too. Because when I was young and dumb, I hanged around with all the wrong people. Had all sorts of situations, had guns in my face, near life deaths, crazy stuff. People pull up to a spot to rob the spot. I'm at the spot when they robbing the spot. I'm in the mix. So I'm getting robbed. So I already done know what's going on in these streets. And I understand. You hang with the wolves, you're gonna have problems. How many of you had a gun in your face, looking down the barrel, while somebody telling you, give up the jewelry? You were just at the wrong place at the wrong time, just chilling. But because somebody else got lined up, you were in the middle of it. You see what I'm saying? Was Gillie's son in the middle of something? Or was he the intended target? This is why I don't hang with ninjas, because this is what happens. You know how many times I've been in situations and I'm not happy about it? You understand? You just chilling, minding your own business. Next minute, everything pop off. Bodies are on the floor. You looking around. What the hell just happened, fam? It happened so fast. That's how fast death come. Countless stories I can tell you. Just standing on the corner with the peeps. Next minute, car drive by. 2 bodies are on the floor. You standing there looking crazy. Don't even know what just happened. Everybody's asking you questions. People blaming you. You were there. You ain't seen nothing. I'm like, yo, you know how fast that thing happened, bro? When somebody get lined up, it's so fast. It's like a twinkling of an eye. Boom, dead. And now everybody looking at you, blaming you because you still alive. Because you still alive, they blaming you. Well, you were with my son. How you were with my son and you don't know nothing? Car drove by. You ain't seen that. How you gonna see something? And a car drive by. Now let's take a listen to this thing again, man. Because I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed with the fact that as black men, We don't understand that the youth is going to hell right now because they don't got no guidance. And we too fragile with our feelings that we think anything a black man say is disrespectful. This is why I can't hang around a bunch of ninjas, because they act feminine. And I'm not saying that OG Shabazz is acting feminine. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that anytime we have an opinion, we try to make it seem like somebody's being disrespectful to somebody. And that's not the intent. I don't believe that Hassan got online because he's jealous of Gillie. He's jealous. No, I think that he's just passionate about what he believes and he's speaking out and he's not going to sugarcoat it, you know? But the way Shabazz came at him, and I don't know if he's coming at him direct, he could be coming at anybody that's talking about the situation as if though, oh, they jealous, they this, but being that Hassan got a larger platform, he got a lot of numbers, his reach, he's able to reach more people. So surely he's going to be the one that's going to be targeted. He's going to give he's going to be the one that's targeted because of his commentary. But why is it that more people want to see Hassan deleted and hands put on him just for an opinion, but nobody want to see the killer of Gillie's son put hands on him? Nobody don't want to see that. I don't get it. You got more energy to focus on the blogger, the content creator, but nobody's investigating who did it because nobody cares. It was a hit, clearly. It says somebody with a mask. Somebody had a mask on. So who was the one that had the mask on? How is it that the police don't know? Oh, I forgot. In the hood, nobody got love for the police, remember? So why the fuck do you expect them to solve the case? So if you ain't expecting the police to solve the case, what is the streets doing about it? What is the streets doing about the situation? Where the hood at? Where the gangsters at? Everybody talking all this greasy stuff and grimy stuff, but who is gonna do and give the just due for why this young man died? Where's all that money? If Gillie got resources and paper, put them resources to the streets. I bet you somebody gonna talk. But no, nobody's doing that. Because remember, you also got a code in the streets. No snitches, right? Remember? No snitching. No snitching, remember? Even though that's not snitching. A snitch is defined as an accomplice to a crime that tell on you after you got caught and they got off, right? Instead of them going about their business and just living their life, they end up getting caught. Now they telling on the whole team. That's a snitch. A snitch is not somebody that witnessed a crime, witnessed a grandmother, elderly woman get shot in the head and her purse robbed, and that person decided to tell the police what they saw. That's not a snitch. Because I'm gonna tell you straight up, if any one of your mothers got shot in the face and her purse snatched, you're gonna want somebody in the hood to tell you who did it. You ain't gonna be talking about don't snitch. You understand my point? A snitch is 3 of us robbed the bank. I got caught, and then my partner got caught, right? You got away with the bread. You got away with $5 million. And rather than us just do our time and just know that, yo, I know you got the bread, you gonna hold us down. You know what I mean? I know you official. We ain't gonna rat you out because that's not how we move. I'm just gonna basically just do my time. But now the other dude that we were with, he decided to talk. Tell the feds exactly what they need. They know where you rest your head at. I'm like, fam, how you gonna tell the police where dude at? He got the money, bro. He could have been taking care of us while we in here, making sure the commissary is good, making sure we get visitations. Let's just do the bid. But no, because of jealousy, because he mad, he got caught and he got to serve time in the pen, he rat you out. That's a snitch. That's a snake. Do you understand? Because he was down with us. Yes, we did dirt. We robbed the bank. Okay, we did some dirt. But why he went and told on us? Why he went and told on the other brother that got away? Okay, he's living good. He got the money. He got the women. He's free. Okay, but let's not hate. Yes, we did the crime. Let's just do the time. We got caught. Let's hold him down. Let's kind of just see how he move. If dude writing us and saying, hey, yo, fam, I'm just writing y'all, letting y'all know I got y'all, everything good. You know what I mean? Just hold everything down. You know what I mean? We got to stay loyal. But now if you talk to the feds, you a snitch. That's what a snitch is. But in these streets, we label everything a snitch, which is dumb. So let me get this straight, fam. So if you in the hood and a 9-year-old girl get dragged on the rooftop and violated sexually by some ninja, and you know who it is, you mean to tell me as a man, you not gonna say nothing? Because you believe if you do that, people gonna look at you as a snitch? Somebody's daughter got violated, bro? Fam, if we ever find out that you knew something and you ain't say nothing, you just as guilty as the guy that did the crime. You covered it up. You probably was a willing participant, for all we know. See, you're not a snitch if you say something. That's being a good Samaritan. That's how you regulate the hood. That's how you keep the young kids safe. By cleaning up the community. But they don't do that in the hood. So how are you going to expect for someone in them streets to come forward and say, yo, I know who the killer is? Because everybody know who the shooters is in the hood. Everybody know. Listen, everybody know who the car thieves are. You know who the shooters are. You know who rob people every now and then. You know who they are. And you know where they live. You know what apartment. You know what house. Everybody know. In the hood, everybody knows, fam. Even if you don't know them personally, you know who they are. Because either you heard or you seen and whatnot. You just keep quiet. So they already know who shot and killed this young man. They know already. In them streets, somebody's talking. Why? Because the other cats that got shot too, you gonna tell me they don't know who did it? They know who did it, man. Ain't nobody just running up on you to kill you. You had to have some sort of beef with somebody, the ops, or somebody sent somebody to take you out. But don't be getting mad, fam, when people got opinions online. This is social media. Social media. If you don't want to see the media, don't tune in. You supposed to have thick skin as a man, able to listen, learn, and improve yourself. When somebody's speaking truth, you gotta respect it. Get out of your feelings. Don't put your feelings involved here. You know, there's no reason for anybody to be giving a man pushback for speaking the truth about dysfunction. The community is crazy. These rappers are crazy. Everybody's rapping about death, shooting, killing, thug, shoot 'em up. What do you think that's gonna bring? Death. You know, you gonna tell me Gillie didn't understand that? You gonna tell me Gillie didn't recognize his son was walking down the wrong path? So if he knows that as a father, then he should understand why this took place. Let's just say it was no blood sacrifice. Son made the wrong moves, got deleted. As a father, he's supposed to know exactly why this happened. Okay, my son was out there wilding out. He was living foul. He was living on the edge. He didn't want to listen to me. He got caught up in the streets. He's dead. Okay, cool. I can't get mad at nobody on YouTube, nobody on TikTok, Instagram for voicing their opinions. I can't get mad at these cats. At the end of the day, my son made his bed, did what he had to do, and now he gone. It is what it is. You know? I told you 1,000 times, fam. I got 4 girls. If one of my daughters decide to go out there and be a 304, get ran through, get pregnant in them streets, she on her own, fam. There ain't nothing I could do about that. If I gave her the game and she still went out there to be a 304, I'm not to blame for her making those choices. That's her choice. Did I want that to happen to her? No. But she made choices. So the real question is, did Gillie give his son $1 million worth of game? That's the question. Because if he didn't give that, shame on him to have a podcast. Because ain't no way you could be telling brothers that you giving them $1 million worth of game and your son didn't get the game. That's where we coming from. Has nothing to do with jealousy. Nobody's jealous of nobody, fam. I told you already. The guys that got the most money are not really as happy as you think, guys. You can have all the money in the world and not be happy. I told you this already. Money don't make you happy, y'all. Having a lot of possessions don't make you happy. You can have all the clothes, all the shoes. You can have women every single day of the week. It's not going to make you happy, bro. You might think it is because you might be down and out, struggling, broke, you know. You probably don't get women like that, so it becomes very enticing and exciting. But see, once you get a taste of that lifestyle, it becomes so normal that it's not as exciting anymore. You might see a fine woman and get excited, but brothers that get women occasionally, it's normal. It's not anything that serious anymore. You know? You have to understand that. This is why you're not supposed to be jealous of anybody that got money. Just focus on yourself. Get your money up. Do what you got to do, but never be jealous of another brother because of paper. Because no amount of money can protect you from the death demon that come for you. You can't buy yourself out of that one. No amount of money. He's not taking no credit cards. He's not taking no cash apps. When death come knocking at the door, you cannot negotiate with death. This is why none of us know the day nor the hour. This is why I tell you, brothers and sisters, get right with the Most High. Focus on your health and your fitness, because we don't know the day nor the hour. 25 years old, dead? Fam, he wasn't supposed to go already. He wasn't supposed to go. He was taken out because his clock was up. He sowed some seeds, or he was a blood sacrifice. There's no way around that. You can't get mad at the criticism. You can't get mad at the news reporting. You know? Because you might be next where your son or your daughter get clapped in them streets. And then what? You gonna cry? Or you gonna look at their lifestyle and say to yourself, damn, my son was on the edge and I never sat him down and give him the game. Even though Gillie's son just died, how many of you fathers are giving your son the game right now to avoid him dying? You're not even talking to him. So don't get mad when he go to prison. He got to do 15 years. And he come out as a woman. Because that happened to a lot of guys. They went into prison as a man and they came out with a dress. You know? They came in there, they went into the prison thugged out from the streets. And when they came out, they were a woman. See, this is what they don't tell you in hip hop. You got a lot of guys that rap about drugs, doing a bid. None of these guys ever been in prison. None of these guys never had handcuffs on them. They don't even know what they're talking about. But they grimy and greasy in they rap songs. Shoot 'em up, kill 'em, kill 'em, kill 'em. But when it really happened, now we want to have condolences. No, we're not buying that. That's why I don't feel sorry for people when they get clapped. I can't feel sorry for people that live that lifestyle, fam. These are just the rules. The best thing we can do is learn from it, right? And then pick up the pieces. And if there's any other youth that are young, we got to give them the game so that they don't walk down the same path. Gillie's son, if he would have been out of that lifestyle, out of that hip hop genre, right? And was focusing on a different path, he would have never got clapped. He was in them streets. He was in them streets, y'all. Anyway, let's play back the tapes. Let's find out what OG Shabazz have to say. We're going to break it down now. We're going to break down what Hassan had to say. We're going to be fair and balanced. Fair and balanced. No sugarcoating, no favoritism. We're just going to look at this thing for what it is as if though it's a court case. So let's get back to the tapes. Let's go.
Years ago, what's poppin'? I want to put something out here, man, because it's something real disrespectful and disgusting going on.
Now, notice he starts off with something disrespectful going on. So right there, that's where his issue is. He felt that somebody's being disrespectful towards Gillie the kid. He felt that he's under obligation to speak about it. In other words, he got to use his platform, his authority, his likeness to address the situation. So basically, what I'm seeing here is he's going to try to check either Hassan Campbell or anybody that is addressing the situation with Gillie. Being that his name is OG Shabazz, he's going to check you and basically say, look, I got to check these situations. Now, when I think about that, the first thing that comes to mind is nobody's checking the killer. Nobody's checking the streets. Nobody's checking the fact that this young man was in a lifestyle trapping, trap music, drill music, wilding out, going crazy, living in them streets. But nobody checked that at the door. Nobody gave him the game and said, young blood, you're doing this, you're doing that. It's going to turn out bad. Trust me, I'm an OG. I've been in this game. Hey, you know, I'm blessed to still be alive, but I just want to give you the game. You're going down the wrong path. Nobody told him that, but they're going to check other people for speaking.
And I done seen it more than once.
Now, he said he's seen it more than once. What did he see more than once? He saw people talk about Gillie and possibly his son or these type of situations. So now he's fed up with it. He's going to speak on it.
About Gillie and his son. A lot of dudes seem to think it's appropriate to talk about, oh, he got $100 million or he's a millionaire now. So what was his son doing in the hood? His son wasn't 12. His son wasn't underage. His son was a young 25-year-old grown man.
Okay, if he was a grown man and he did what he did and he dead, why you care? Why you care so much? Respectfully, why you care? If he's not a kid, if he's not underage, he don't got no curfew, why you care? Why are you worried about what another man say? If he's a grown man, he can defend himself, right? Why you feel obligated to take it to social media to speak on an issue if Gillie's son was a grown man? Then a grown man should hold his own, make his own decisions and defend his own honor, not you. Because the way you coming at brothers, either Hassan or whoever, is as if though Gillie's son was a little 10-year-old boy. That's how it comes out. It's coming as if though Gillie's son was a young 10-year-old that got shot, and Hassan and whoever is speaking in a disrespectful manner towards a young boy. You said he was a grown man, right? That's what you said.
He's a millionaire now, so what was his son doing in the hood? His son wasn't 12. His son wasn't underage. His son was a young 25-year-old grown man.
Okay, he was a grown man. So you feel that Gillie the kid didn't have no responsibility because he's 25? Heck, if my daughter is 25, I'm still schooling her. That doesn't mean she's a grown woman at 25. She might be of legal age, but that doesn't mean she's mature enough to make good decisions. So as a father, even if my daughter is 25, I still got to show her the way. Let's look, like, come on now. At 25, a young man is not even thinking mature. At 25, a young man is not even thinking like a grown man in his 40s and 50s. He's not. So he still needs somebody to give him the game. And obviously his father didn't do that. Because if he had the game, he would be alive right now. He wouldn't have been on that corner, you know? And if his pops got the bread to put his son in a better position in life, he would have did that. But his son wanted to be there in them streets. So if the streets took him out, why everybody crying? That's my point. Why everybody feeling sorry for anybody if a grown man made a decision to go out there and live his life? Because it almost sounds as though you're trying to say that Gillie the kid have no blame in this because his son was a grown man. If his son was a grown man, then why do you care? Let Hassan and whoever talk they ish, because at the end of the day, they talking about another grown man, not you, not no child. No, talking about another grown man that made his decisions.
Who made his own decisions. Y'all got to stop acting like because a person got a certain amount of money that they can control their children.
It's not about control they children. You said he was a grown man, but Gillie still is his father. So to Gillie, guess what? His boy is going to always be a little boy. Always remember that, fam. It doesn't matter if you're a grown man. You could be 40 years old. If your pops is still alive and he in his 70s and 80s, he's still looking at you as a little boy. Yeah, you a grown man, but you still his boy. He will always address you and look at you as his son. There's no way around that. You know? Let's get back to the tapes, man.
Especially grown children. Go over the course of time throughout history and see how many successful people, including celebrities, have had all the money in the world, but still had challenges with their children.
It sounds to me like you are doing damage control for Gillie, fam. It sounds to me like, you know, the streets, the internet, gonna be talking, and you trying to speak in a manner. It's almost like you know that Gillie have some responsibility in making sure his son is good. But because he's going to be getting pushback due to this, you're trying to do a little damage control so that we don't look at Gillie and say, well, yeah, he should have raised him better and cleaned him up, got him up out of that lifestyle. You know? That's what I'm saying. Because if he made his own decision, then nobody should be feeling sorry for anybody or saying who's being disrespectful. Because at the end of the day, another grown man made a decision, went out in the streets, and now he dead. So if he's a grown man, who killed him? Because it's almost like y'all know what happened to him, but y'all not saying. Now, I don't know if OG Shabazz know what happened to Gillie's son, per se. But the way he's wording the video is like, okay, he's a grown man. Gillie had no control over him. Okay. So what happened in the streets? Something got out of control. So that means he was living on the edge. Right? And y'all don't want Gillie to get any blame for it. But the question is, did Gillie give him the game? Or did Gillie neglect his son? You know? Because a father is still a father till you die. Not when you get to a certain age. I said, a father or a mother is still your mother, even when you get to adult age. Doesn't matter. You know? Let's go.
Money don't change nothing. Let's just keep it all the way a buck. A lot of you dudes don't like the way Gillie talk.
Now he's saying that a lot of us don't like the way Gillie talk. I disagree. Has nothing to do with how he talk. What we're dealing with here is a young man is dead. Nobody cares about how Gillie talk.
A lot of you dudes don't like the fact that he cocky and talk heavy and talk husky and talk like he got the fastest hands in America and can beat everybody up.
And I'm pretty sure his son talked the same way. I'm pretty sure his son was talking the exact same way, trying to be a duplicate of his dad. But the streets didn't see him that way. They got rid of him real quick. This is why I keep telling people to watch your surroundings, and everybody that you see around you is not really your friend. This is why I tell brothers to roll solo. If you roll solo, ain't nobody looking for you, fam.
Y'all don't like it. Y'all don't like the fact that somebody that conduct himself the way that he does done came into good fortune.
Now we're talking about money, coming into good fortune. Nobody cares about Gillie and his money. That's blood money as far as I'm concerned. That's industry money. That's just real talk. Because we find it kind of suspect that after they made that deal, this happens. You know what I mean? It's kind of suspect. It just doesn't look right. But to assume that we are sitting back hating because another man got money. I don't care about how much money another man got. I don't care about that. That's not going to make me hate you. Because I told you already, having all the money in the world does not mean you're happy or content with your life. There's a lot of people that got money and they miserable, but they got money.
But because y'all can't hate on his livelihood, because he making y'all sick to your stomachs every day with how he living.
Wow. So let me get this straight. You believe that Hassan is sick to his stomach because of how Gillie is living. In Hassan's videos, he talks a lot about getting out the hood. There's one particular video he got where he was like, I guess he was showing you his crib, his house, and you saw like the water fountains and, you know, things look nice. And he was like, this is how you should be living. You should not be in the projects. You should not be this. You should not be that. How could you hate on that? And why would he be hating on Gillie if his living conditions is good right now? So why would someone be sick to their stomach because Gillie got money and this and driving whatever car? Who does that? That's toxic. So I doubt that Hassan is sitting there red-eye pissed when he already got his crib, you know what I mean, holding down his family, doing what he got to do. You know, some of us brothers be content. We don't need the biggest house in the world. We don't need the luxury cars and the mansions. We don't really need none of that stuff. It doesn't mean nothing to us. Seriously. Me personally, I don't care about, you know, all the latest cars and the latest. I don't care about none of that stuff. None of that stuff impresses me. I have no desire for none of that stuff. Isn't that something? I don't wear jewelry. I don't care about bling. I don't care about this. I don't care about none of that stuff. I don't see why. Why do dudes wear chains and rings? Why? Bracelets. Like, who does that? In my opinion, that's feminine, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, all that wearing of all that jewelry is something that a woman do. Because it brings attention to her. It brings attention to her neck. It brings attention to her ankles. It brings attention to her feet. It brings attention to her arm. Whatever she got that she's wearing jewelry, it brings attention to those areas. So men that typically like to wear a lot of jewelry, these men, they take on a feminine energy where they want attention drawn to them. Now, that's not to say that if you're a man that I'm saying you're feminine. I'm just saying that the wearing of jewelry is something more so that a woman do. I'm never impressed with jewelry. You know what I mean? That doesn't even impress me, fam.
Y'all happy that something done happened to this man, and instead of being respectful in his family's time of mourning.
What do you mean respectful? What are you talking about? Nobody disrespecting nobody. People reporting on the news.
Y'all trying to find a way to take shots at him about something that ain't got nothing to do with him. His son was grown. He was not underaged. He did not have to be in the house by 10:30.
Okay, so if he didn't have to be in the house by 10:30, why are you so amped up about the situation, though? It sounds like you defending Gillie and not his son. Whoa, that's a good point. It sounds to me like you defending Gillie, not his son. So if you don't really care about the son, that means what you're doing here is in protection of Gillie's image. Right? Think about it, fam, because look, he's saying the son was grown, did his own thing. So then what's the point of the videos? Obviously, you're doing this because maybe you know Gillie. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know this cat. I don't know who he is. He probably know Gillie personally. You know? That's probably his people. You know? So he figured, well, I got to say something in regards to that situation. But it doesn't sound like he's standing up for Gillie's son. Because he said he's a grown man. He's doing his own thing. So, okay, cool. Let's not amp it up anymore. Because it's like, if he made his own decisions and he got caught up in the streets, then it is what it is. Right? You know, but it sounds to me like he's trying to defend Gillie. Like, in other words, don't point the finger at Gillie like Gillie's responsible for this young man dying. You know what I mean? He made his own decision. You know? But hey, let's go.
So whatever was going on, that's between that family. But y'all sound real crazy out here.
How they sound crazy out here?
Talking about He's supposed to have so much money. What was his son doing here? What was his son doing there?
But it's true. Why was his son doing there? Why was his son doing there, fam? That's like Michael Jordan's son is in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Rolling dice. You know what I mean? That's like, you know, some other celebrity kid or whatever the case is hanging out in the slums. Why he over there? And it's not like disrespect to the people that live there, but my point is, you've been privileged to live in a beautiful community, privileged education, and you want to be in the hood? Makes no sense, fam. If I move out the hood and I'm in a nice position, I'm never going back to the hood unless I had to. You understand? Unless there's some business and I had to do something. But I'm never going back there. For what? Ain't nothing there for me. But see, what a lot of cats do is they always want to hang in the hood because they want the people that's still there to think, okay, I'm keeping it real. I'm still repping where I'm from. Nah, once you get out the hood, you're not supposed to come back to the hood, fam. That's rule number 1. Because the sharks don't like you, fam. If you think everybody in the hood still got love for you after you moved out, no, they don't. You better learn the truth. Don't think for a minute that everybody else in the hood starving and you got it good, that they happy for you. A lot of people are not. I'm not saying everybody in the hood is animals and don't like the fact that you got successful. There's some cats in the hood that are loyal and they really genuinely are happy for you. At the same time, the majority of people in the hood, they don't care about you. You know? And what's sad about it is a lot of you cats that end up making a lot of money and move out the hood, the people that really do got love for you that still live in the hood, you never put them in a position to do things in life. Meaning you never give back to the people that really rock with you. You know what I mean? You end up going back to the hood, hanging around the people that planning on robbing you. And that happens every single day.
The person that could answer that question is no longer here.
Wow.
And it's not Gillie.
So you defending Gillie then? Not his son. See, again, I'm just breaking it down. It sounds like you not defending his son at all. Because you said he's not here. So you basically defending Gillie's image at this point. That's what I'm seeing.
See, a lot of y'all ain't never had nothing.
Wow. So a lot of us never had nothing. See how we getting back to materials again? Do you see how this is how it is with black people, fam? A lot of y'all never had nothing. So now we back to materials. Now we're back to what you could afford, what you could drive, where you could live, comparing ourselves with each other once again.
So you don't understand that just because you got something, that automatically means everything gonna be good in your family.
Ain't nothing gonna always be good in your family. Half of you in the chat right now got beef with certain family members, don't talk with certain family members, and it is what it is. You know? The point of the matter here is, let's not get into materials because that's not what we're focusing on now. We're focusing on the fact that Gillie have a podcast called $1 Million Worth of Game. His son was living for the devil. Period. And again, I'm gonna review the video of the funeral because it looks like Gillie is supposed to be some sort of Muslim, got some sort of faith. But I'm like, fam, if you got this belief and you got this faith, fam, why your son ain't repping this? And why you ain't pushing this on the platform heavy to get all these other brothers to do what they need to do so they could get the game? You know, I don't follow the Muslim belief system. At the end of the day, if that is what brings you comfort, if that is what help you to have a clear mind, then then you should be able to teach and instill values in these youths so that they can put down these guns. You know? But you're not doing that. Instead, you're mad with the bloggers.
A lot of y'all need to go and get you some business.
Wow, a lot of us need to go get up some business. So now he's taking shots now at your financial situation by saying, y'all need to go out there and get y'all hustle game up, focus on y'all bread rather than worrying about another man, because it's going to make you end up getting jealous.
And stop hating on people so much.
Wow, so now we're hating on people. Do you see how this is not the way to go about it? Nobody is hating on Gillie. I'm not even thinking about this dude, fam. Real talk. I'm not even thinking about any money he got. I'm not thinking about none of that stuff. The point is, he did make a deal, him and Wallow. And now his son get clapped. You know what I mean? As a man, doesn't matter if your son is grown. You supposed to protect them as much as you can. It's not like, oh, once they get a certain age, my protection as a father is over with. They could deal with themselves. No, it's not how it goes, man. You supposed to protect your son no matter what. Doesn't matter what age he is. If he's out of pocket, rebuke him. Set him straight. Be like, son, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? I got a few dollars for you. Go get yourself a house up in such and such and such. Lay low. Do your business. I don't want you out here in these streets, fam. I'm really concerned that these streets is just not for you. You know what I mean? You're not built like your dad. You know what I mean? It's just not going to be sweet. I mean, you my seed. At the end of the day, these streets don't really respect people like that. And they'll take you out just to get back at me. This is how cold the streets is. They'll take out your kid in order to get back at you, to make you suffer even more. And it could have been a situation like that where it was a ritual to piss off Gillie, to make him, throw him off his game. Maybe it could have been something he's working on. It could have been some deal that he did, or it's just a typical blood sacrifice that he sacrificed his own son. It happens every day, fam. But you can't get mad at people for addressing these issues. Because what if that's the issue? What if the issue is that he sacrificed his son? What if that's the issue and it really did play out like that? But instead, we want to pamper the situation.
Because that's all this is. You're just hating on this man.
Nobody's hating on Gillie, fam. Nobody's hating on Gillie. Nobody's trying to stop his money. If Gillie and Wallow's podcast is making them millions of dollars, then hey, that's a blessing. That's good news. We salute that. That's what we want for the brothers. But you can't identify brothers as hating because they share opinions. You know what I mean? If you're financially in a good position in life, you owe it to make sure that your kids is in the right place at the right time. You got the resources. It ain't like how it is in the hood where brothers don't got no activities. All they do is stay on the block, stay in the projects, chill on the corner, rolling dice at the park. That's the same routine every day while eating Chinese food, But now when you got paper, you could set your son up in a good situation, sit him down and school him. But like, boy, listen, we're gonna put you in the right place because the hood is not the place for you. I understand you got friends, you got people here, but it's not the right place for you. There's only death here, son. Did Gillie sit down and talk to his son, man to man, and gave him the game? I'm talking about that father-son talk, fam. That real heartfelt talk where you talk to your son, real talk, no sugarcoating, you know what I mean? And you tell your son the game. Did he do that with his boy? Because everybody's making this thing all sad and sentimental, like we supposed to all be crying and having. I don't feel sorry for people that live crazy, fam, and they get gunned down in these streets. I can't do that. That's a waste of emotion. That's a waste of tears. Now, if Gillie's son was a brother that was a practicing Muslim, I'm talking about practicing. You know what I mean? He went to the mosque, he did this, he did that. He read the Quran, he read the Hadith, and he stood by the principles. And he was an upstanding young brother, had a business, and had his little family, had a kid. And because I believe he had a son or a daughter, I'm not sure, but I think he has a kid based on the Instagram. But now, if he got gunned down while trying to go pick up his son or his kid, and he's a respectful adult, good citizen taxpayer, right? Then I would say, okay, that's a messed up situation. You know what I mean? That's a messed up situation. Why? Because he's a good brother. He's a good brother, fam. Because look at the way he conducted himself in them streets. He didn't bother nobody. He wasn't with the wrong crowd. But somebody took him out. Now, you could say, man, that's messed up, man. This dude was a father, good brother trying to take care of his family. But he wasn't like that, bro. He was in them streets. And that's the part nobody don't want to talk about. Nobody don't want to talk about that he was with the drill rap and the trap music and the beats and talking about guns and shoot them and kill them and smoking and drinking. Nobody want to talk about that. There's consequences for that lifestyle.
You ain't been able to hate on nothing else he been doing because everything that him and Wallow been touching been turning into cold cash. And you're sick to your stomachs because it's getting put in your face.
Nobody is sick to their stomach because Gillie and Wallow turned something into cash. We got to stop this mess, man. It's like y'all not hearing the messages from brothers regarding this situation. All y'all hear is people are jealous. People are haters. That's all we get in the black community. You try to hold people accountable. You know what's so sad about this, fam? We say that black women aren't capable of taking criticism. But I beg to differ. Black men have a harder time taking criticism than a woman. That's a fact. Black men are more willing to kill you if you try to criticize them. Black men now. Black men are more likely to want to fight and throw hands just because you hold them accountable for what they did. That's black men for you, fam. So how we gonna say black women, that accountability is kryptonite to black women, but black men can't take criticism at all? You try to correct a brother in these streets, he wanna go get his gun. He wanna throw hands. You disrespected me. How? I'm trying to correct you, bruh. That's disrespect, man. You disrespecting me. Now he want to fight. This is why I don't hang with ninjas. You can't tell them nothing. They ready to kill you, bro. Every black leader we had, a black man killed our leader. Could you believe that? Every black leader we had, another black man killed him. Why? Jealousy. They don't like brothers that think and brothers that are intelligent.
With Lamborghinis and old schools and...
Nobody cares about no Lamborghini and old school whips. Nobody cares about that type of stuff. You could pull up in whatever car you want to pull up. I'm not impressed. I don't care about none of that stuff, fam. This is a fact, no cap. If you gave me money and said, yo, Ringo, go buy such and such luxury car, I'm not even doing it. I'll put that money towards something else. I don't care for those things. Those things don't even interest me. You know what I mean? It don't.
Deals and y'all sick.
No, because you can have all the money in the world and lose your soul. I told you already. All the money in the world is not going to make you happy when you can't buy nothing with it. I told you already. A lot of these cats that are just making money out here just got fat accounts with millions of dollars in the bank, but they can never spend it, fam. They're just hoarding up wealth, hoarding up money, hoarding up riches like junk, and they're not spending it on nothing. They're not doing nothing with their money for the hood. They're not doing nothing for their family. I told you already, you can have 10 million in a bank account. You already got a house. You already got 3 cars. You got all the clothes you could wear, all the shoes you could wear, all the jewelry. You got all the appliances, all the furniture. You got everything. You have no need of nothing. Okay, what is the meaning of life now? You got millions in the bank. You got all your needs met. You don't lack nothing. All your family is good. Okay, what is the meaning of life now? Boring. Now it becomes boring now. See, the only way a man that is rich can really enjoy his life is when he's doing things for people that are less fortunate. That's the only time you will have fulfillment in life. Because the Most High gave you the riches and the wealth so that you can bless those that are less fortunate. It is better to give than to receive. I'm not saying be unwise with your giving and unwise with your money. Because, you know, when you got money, people try to take advantage of you. But what I'm trying to say is when you got money, truth fulfillment is when you could put a smile on someone's face. And it's just like how people keep going around saying that Tekashi 6ix9ine is a snitch, he's a this, he's a that. He's the only dude that I see going around giving money out to the poor. I don't see y'all doing nothing. That's a fact. Y'all calling him a snitch, he's a this, he's a that, but I see him out and about giving cash to people. You know why? Because it makes him feel good to share the wealth. I seen videos, and again, respectfully, I don't agree with the recording of these videos. Now, let me explain what I'm saying. It's cool that Tekashi is giving out money to the poor and people that are less fortunate. Salute. That's a good look. That's a blessing. But what I don't agree is when they record it. I don't agree when you have to record yourself doing it and publishing it on social media. I don't like that because that's a part of the clout chase. It's sort of like saying, hey guys, look at me. I'm a good guy. I'm giving out money. What would be good is just to do it in secret. Do it in secret, bless those that you bless, and keep it moving. But when you have to record every encounter, it's like you buying people to give you pats on your back and say, yo, you a good brother, fam. That's a good look what you doing, fam. You know, just do it. Just do what you do. If I happen to walk by and see you hand somebody 50 bands, I'm gonna be like, yo, wow, yo, Tekashi just did that? Yeah, that's a good look, bro. But now if you gotta record it and put it online, that's sad. That's like me going to a homeless man, recording with my cell phone. I got my iPhone out, recording myself saying, hey guys, see, I'm a good believer in God and this is what good believers do. And I'm handing him a plate while recording it to put it on social media. The Bible says you're a hypocrite when you do that because you're trying to get the praise of men. If you're gonna give to the poor, just give to the poor and shut the fuck up. Because the reason why I'm pissed when people do that is because you're exploiting the poor. When you put them on camera, they didn't ask to be on camera. They didn't ask for everybody to know they live in condition. You know? So it's not good to record people. That's the only part with what 6ix9ine do that I disagree with. I agree with the fact that he's giving money to people. I salute that. That's a blessing. I just don't agree with the recording and exploitation of the people.
So the only thing you can do is take a shot at the man at a time like this.
I don't think it's a shot. I think that people been talking about Gillie and Wallow for a minute. You know, we've been talking about their situation even down from the Takeoff situation. You know, nobody checked Jay Prince when he was talking grimy about so-called Offset. Nobody checked him at the door. You know, neither Wallow nor Gillie checked Jay Prince Sr. because he threw out threats. You know what I mean? Nobody decided to say nothing. Why? I didn't see you make a video, sir. Where's your video about that situation? Did he make a video about that? Because I don't know nothing about this cat. Did he respond to the situation where Jay Prince threatened Offset? He ain't do that, right? And that's my point. Get the likes up on the video, y'all.
Y'all corny for that, man.
That's crazy.
This is some real corny play y'all running.
How is it corny that brothers speaking out about a situation? It's not corny. Let's break down this video now.
Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Let me play something for y'all real quick. This is a reaction video. Let me react to this dude real quick.
Let me fast forward it, because you already done know. We already heard him already. All right, okay.
Y'all corny for that.
All right, you're done? You said enough. Y'all heard enough, right? Shall we begin? See, here's the thing, right? Respectfully. You know, that's the disrespect. That's the road. That's when you on the road to disrespect. When people be like, respectfully. First off, where was this lecture? Where was all this conversation coming from you, Shabazz? When Gillie got up, when Gillie sat there with Jay Prince and listened to Jay Prince antagonize and threaten Offset after Takeoff was murdered.
That's a fact. We just finished talking about that. You know? Where was the pushback then? You know, I made videos about that situation. He clearly threatened Offset with death. And nobody did anything. Nobody said nothing.
What? Who? Huh? Where was this energy at? Did you check Gillie when he did that in front of the world? No, you didn't. And see, some of us have feelings and we remember things. That's for one. For two, it's not about with me, just about his father controlling him and him being in the hood. It's about people pushing this evil ass music.
Evil music. And that's what's out here right now. Evil music. All this trap music, drill music, everybody rapping about the same things. Just death all over the place. In these streets, these youngins, man, they be playing this poison music. And, sometimes you listen and you're like, what in the world are they listening to? It's toxic poison. But they call it music.
This evil ass industry and these evil ass rappers who leading these young boys astray. You reap what you sow. It's about the door. Going through the door of sacrifice.
The door of sacrifice. The door of sacrifice. What is Gillie doing for the youth out here? What is Gillie doing for the streets? What exactly is he doing? With his money. What is Gillie doing with his money for the streets, for the hood? Or is he just stacking bread for himself?
And accepting Satan's money, and then when your child get his soul snatched, everybody's crying when you knew the Grand Reaper was coming. It's about the door. Now let's get to you, Shabazz. May the brother rest in peace, man. I'm not here to make Gillie's life or his family's life more miserable than what it is.
And that's a fact, because see, here's the problem. He just made it very clear, I'm not here to make their life more miserable. The fact of the matter is the young man is dead already. So you're going to feel whatever pain you're going to feel regardless. But don't try to get mad at the bloggers because of their voicing their opinion. You understand? You're going to go through what you're going to go through regardless. If you had a connection with your son, you're going to mourn. But social media is social media. You can't stop that. There's no special privileges you get because you're Gillie the kid. People are going to talk. And you have to be prepared for that, especially if you got a podcast. Especially if you're an influencer, you got to know people are going to talk and they're going to go in. Are you prepared for that? Because if not, you need to get out of this business because it's not for you.
The killer. You know the killer? The one that actually pulled the trigger? I don't hear y'all saying nothing about him.
Wow. That's true. I don't hear nobody saying nothing about the killer. Nobody's talking about they're going to gather the troops. You know what I mean? Nobody's talking about nothing. They just going after the bloggers. Talking crap about the bloggers. It's real crazy, fam. It's backwards. These streets is backwards.
Y'all have a problem, and this is why I have a problem with y'all.
And that's why I have a problem too. Because it's like we could spit this truth, speak out against these issues, and we get called names. And all we trying to do is guide these young brothers in the right path. Gillie's son is dead, fam. He gone. We got to save these other young men that are out here now. And the only way they're going to be saved is if we give them the game. Gillie's son was here. He played his hand, did what he had to do. He gone now. Okay, life moves on now. Got to move on. You got other people out here that we got to make sure that they get this game before they end up dying to these streets. Who's going to guide them out the pit?
Y'all got a problem with the people that have an opinion on him going back to the hood where he's not wanted. Clearly he wasn't wanted there, so they didn't let him leave.
And that's another thing. He went back to the hood. He didn't have to go there. But he went back there because he's still hanging around people from there. And they didn't like the fact that he probably shining, probably dressing fly, got a few dollars. Like, I can't stand seeing this dude, man. I'm gonna have to just take him out. You have people that will take you out and they get pleasure. They get great pleasure by taking you out.
Y'all don't have a problem with the person who left him laying on his back with his back dirty and his feet up in the air, who got him sitting in the freezer. No, you got a problem with the people that got an opinion, but not near one of y'all said anything about the shooter.
That's a fact. Nobody hasn't even addressed the shooters. Nobody's even talking about it. They're talking about bloggers and how disrespectful they are. But they're not talking about the person who pulled the trigger. Nobody's searching for the killer. Nobody's asking the streets, what did you see? It's like when people just be excited. I'm trying to find the proper word for it. I'm trying to find the proper word for that when people, they act as if though they really care, but they don't. Something outrage. Something that goes with outrage I'm looking for. It's a word that goes with outrage. Is it selective outrage? I think it's selective outrage. When rather than being offended and pissed with the person who did the problem, who caused the death, they have selective outrage. You understand? Instead, they select the people that they want to hate on. In other words, selective outrage would be OG Shabazz talking about Hassan Campbell. That's selective outrage. It's like taking your frustration out on the fact that Gillie's son got killed. So you know what? Let's blame Hassan Campbell. Let's blame Ringo TV Reactions. Let's blame anybody that is speaking that same language. Let's have selective outrage. Because we don't know who killed them, so let's blame these guys for the murder. Let's take our frustration out and confusion out on these guys. That's what they're doing. Selective outrage.
Can I get an amen? Oh no, ain't not near one of y'all went knocking on the shooter's door. I guarantee every last one of y'all in the hood know where to find the shooter at. Y'all didn't tag his name in one video on Instagram, but you tagging my name, right?
And that's crazy because people be knowing who the shooters is and they don't say nothing.
Right. Now, let's get to you, Shabazz the OG.
Uh-oh.
You have some audacity. The majority of us lost respect for you when you sat up there and posted pictures of you and Brother Polite standing in unity with Mayweather after that brother left his DNA all over a 14-year-old girl.
Wow. Those are some heavy charges right there. Those are some heavy charges right there, fam. You know, those type of charges, a man has to answer for that.
Ain't got charged with the unthinkable.
Man.
The man copped out.
So hold up, you saying that I haven't kept up with that situation with Brother Polite, but did he get charged with something? Did something go down? What's going on with that situation? I'm gonna have to probably look into it.
To a lesser charge of leaving his DNA all over a 14-year-old girl, and you stood by his side.
Wow.
It is what it is. Ain't nothing else for me to say. I ain't got nothing else to say.
In other words, what he's basically saying, we ain't even gonna go to talking about Brother Shabazz in this situation, because with these particular allegations and talking points that Hassan is bringing out, it's like it's a done deal. Like, how could we take you serious when, you know, you supporting a guy that did these unthinkable acts to this young lady? So it's like, wait a minute now. It's like it's suspect.
That's what you did. So we not even feeling you. It is what it is. We don't have to make this video long and drawn out. Once you stood next to Polite, you lost everybody's respect.
Wow. That's a bombshell right there. It's a bombshell right there, fam. And if let me see, because he's saying that Brother Polite took a lesser charge. That mean they got receipts and they got data that he did do something with the young lady. And he's saying that Brother Shabazz pretty much was in support. So if you're in support of Polite and he did these things, what that says about your character. So basically what Hassan did right there was a chess move In other words, rather than talking for hours, I could just use this chess move right here to destroy his credibility. Because once that's what it's really all about. If you could destroy a man's credibility, the debate is over. At that point, nobody gonna take him serious. That's pretty much what he just did right there.
Don't come at me because I got an opinion. Some of us felt some type of way when Gillie sat up there with Jay Prince.
Yeah, me too. I felt some type of way. You know, because Gillie didn't check him. Wallow didn't check him. Nobody checked Jay Prince Sr. for threatening Offset concerning the takeoff situation. You know? Nobody checked him on that. He clearly threatened the brother. And all he was doing was standing up for himself, that he don't need no big homie. Tell him nothing.
Why he threatened Offset after Takeoff was murdered.
Right. So Takeoff was, I get what Hassan is saying right here. Let me bring it back into context. What Hassan is saying right here essentially is this. Offset just experienced a loss with Takeoff. So if Offset is mourning the loss, how could Jay Prince be so insensitive by threatening him and talking grimy on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast and nobody checked them? So in other words, none of you hypocrites should be trying to question Hassan or anybody else when nobody checked Jay Prince Sr. Because Offset was still mourning the loss of Takeoff. So how come Jay Prince Sr. didn't choose his words wisely and wasn't a little more respectful and, concerned for his feelings, for lack of better word? So why should anybody feel any type of way because bloggers and YouTubers are talking about the situation with Gillie and his son? It doesn't matter if Gillie is mourning. News is news. People gonna share content. This is their business. This is what they do. You can't be getting in your feelings because people talking about a situation. Where was that energy when Offset was mourning the loss of Takeoff and Jay Prince was threatening him during a time when he's mourning? That's insensitive. But nobody said nothing on the $1 Million Worth of Game. Wallow didn't say, hey, yo, fam, hey, yo, Prince, yo, fall back on that, fam. Nobody said nothing. Nobody said nothing. Wallow didn't give no pushback. He ain't say, yo, fam, that's disrespectful, bruh. Like, real spit. Offset is mourning right now. Yeah, he made a video, but you have to understand the circumstances. He's dealing with a lot of stress, a lot of mental pressure. You the OG, so you're supposed to have wisdom on when to speak and when not to speak. Right now is not the time. What you did right there is out of pocket, fam. You did that on my platform. You threatened the young man. Nobody checked Jay Prince because they scared of him. Period. So the best thing that OG Shabazz could do under these circumstances after listening to Hassan is to go right back to Gillie the Kid and say, hold on, fam, now. Hassan has a point. You never checked Jay Prince when he disrespected Offset and threatened him while he was mourning the loss of Takeoff. So I can't defend you in these circumstances when you lose your son. It is what it is, man. He brought out a good point.
Oh, y'all forgot about that? Don't try to paint no picture of Gillie like he's some innocent dude, because he ain't.
Wow. That's crazy, man. KW Don 7, salute for the $2. He says, Polite is scheduled to enter a plea on September 6th. Oh, man, I gotta look into this one, man. This is crazy. A plea deal? Man, I tell you, man, this is crazy, man.
Shout out to Gillie. I wish him the best of luck. I pray that his pain is eased.
Yeah, that's true. In other words, what Hassan is saying is, look, fam, I know y'all looking at me like I'm the bad guy because my words are harsh, they're heavy. You know what I'm saying? He went in on his video. It is what it is. It's a needed video. You know? You could get mad at it, but it's needed because trust and believe, somebody's watching it and they're going to wake up. So what he's saying is, I'm not trying to wish bad on you, fam, but this happened before I spoke. This happened before I spoke. You know? This is before I spoke. Your son got clapped in those streets because of how he was living. You didn't give him the game. You can't get mad at the messengers. You know, even though the words are harsh, you can't say, oh, they being insensitive. Nah, we grown men. Let's stop playing this game, getting in our feelings. Take that same energy that you got, go find the killer. Don't blame me for your son's death. I did not kill your son. Go find the shooter. You know what I mean? Go find the shooter. That's not being insensitive. That's just a fact. Take that noise, that energy, that street life, and go find the killer and handle your business. But don't get mad at the bloggers because they got an opinion. You know? That's called selective hearing, selective outrage. It's like you taking your frustration out on the bloggers because you can't find who got your son taken out. So you figure if I can F with the bloggers, you know, I can feel better about myself. You wasting your time going after the bloggers. You need to go find the killer.
But the reality of it is, it's a door. When you sell your soul in the industry, the Grand Reaper comes to snatch any soul that it wants. And it just so happened he created a situation and they snatched his son's soul. Y'all don't like it? It is what it is. Stay out of Satan's house if you don't want to play by Satan's rules.
And that's the truth. You got to stay out of Satan's way. If you playing in his house, you got to play by the rules too. You got to accept what comes with it, fam. If I'm in the industry and I'm doing all these rituals and I'm at these private parties and got to hang around all these satanic people, that stuff going to affect my family, fam. So I can't entertain that type of stuff, man. Let me tell you something, fam. When you a grown man, right, you move differently. You move differently, fam, especially when you a family man. You slow down, whereas back in the day when you was in them streets, you were wilding out. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that I've done in the past. I can't even talk about them, fam. I can't even utter these things on social media. You know what I mean? Because it's not me anymore. You know what I mean? Because once you get older, you realize that the past is the past and you're not that guy back in the day. You have to live a better way so that you could teach these young men how to be better. If you still doing the same thing like them, you can't teach the youth nothing. You got to overcome the BS in order for you to teach anybody anything. If you still in these streets acting gangster, you 40 plus 50 acting like you a gangster, fam, sit down, bro. Sit down. You supposed to be schooling these brothers, you know? But see, a lot of cats that are in their 40s and 50s and 60s, y'all supposed to be giving these young cats the game so they don't go to the penitentiary. Y'all know good and well they're going to go to the penitentiary. Y'all know that already. All you OGs out there, you know these youngins out here, they crazy. You got to get them the game or else they going to jail. They're going to get locked up or they're going to be in a body bag. You know this already. So being that you know this, listen, a lot of you OGs that are listening, you know the game so much that you could look at a young brother in his 20s and you could tell he going to die before he 24. You know this already. Most of you brothers that are seasoned in the game, you done been there, done that, and you got out of that life, you could look at a young brother and see how he moving and know his days are numbered. You know the game already. So why you holding back the game for? You know the brother gonna die soon. You know this summer he gonna die. Next month, a lot of young brothers are gonna die, man. Next month. They're gonna die next month. A lot of young brothers are gonna die next month. And they dependent on your game to deliver them out of that mess. But you holding back the truth because you afraid of the backlash you're going to get on social media. I don't care what people say about me, fam. You can say whatever you want. All I know is that I'm out here saving lives. I'm out here saving lives. I don't care what nobody say. You could hate me. You could say whatever you want. You could do whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me. I rep the Most High. I serve the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I don't got no time to be concerned with mankind in terms of being concerned with your opinions of me for speaking the truth. I'm under obligation by God Almighty to speak this truth. And when I close my eyes, He gonna ask for an accountability on what did I do with the mission statement He gave me. He ain't gonna wanna hear me say, oh, I was afraid, or oh, I didn't want no backlash of people, looking at me negative. I don't care. It is what it is, man. Somebody got to do the dirty work. You know what I mean?
Stop acting like y'all missed the whole message. Oh, that's right. You in the same industry. You around the same celebrities that went through the door. The door, the door, the door.
And that's another thing, man. When you in that industry, and salute to everybody coming in the chat. See a couple of people coming in. What is that? JLJ50. Salute. You know what I'm saying? It's a good morning. Ringo TV reactions in the chat. Salute. Salute to everybody coming in. You might have to catch the replay to get the full info on what we just finished breaking down here. We're dealing with a situation of OG Shabazz versus Hassan Campbell. We're giving our analysis on exactly what took place. Even though I'm more leaning towards agreeing more with Hassan, I think I was fair and balanced in my approach in breaking down this particular video. I think that Shabazz came from the mentality of people are jealous of Gillie, and that's not what it is, fam. And that's my word. I'm not even thinking about money when I'm thinking about the situation. It's more or less the principle. A young man died, and his father has $1 million worth of game podcast. He recently made a deal. Whether they got 100 million, which I doubt, I'm pretty sure it's way less than that. You know what I'm saying? New Breed pretty much brought that information out in his stream. The point is, it's the principle, It's the principle thing. People are getting mad at the bloggers, but they're not getting mad at the shooters. It's like the shooters are being protected and the bloggers are being targeted. It's like they're coming for the bloggers as if though the bloggers committed the crime. And that's sick. You're coming after the prophets in today's day. Whether you believe it or not, a lot of these brothers on social media are prophets. They just don't know it. They may not proclaim it. They may not acknowledge it. But a lot of these brothers that got high influence value, and they're able to reach a lot of people now, and they spit game, they spit a lot of influential talking points. These brothers are prophets. You know what I mean? These brothers are prophets sent by the Most High. They don't even know. They have the gift. It's their calling, and they're hated by everybody. Remember, if you truly are sent from God, you're not going to be loved, The world is not going to love you. Even the Bible says that. If you were of the world, they would love their own. But because I have called you out of the world, therefore the world will hate you. So I'm not surprised when people hate me. Matter of fact, if everybody loved me, I'm going to be a little concerned about that. Heck, if everything I'm doing and everybody love it and nobody's hating on it, I'm going to be a little concerned. Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. You know
how Nori said, it's a door.
Nori did say that in the video. We're going to have to review that interview. Nori talked about there's a door. He talked about how he went to the strange parties and he went through the left door. He had the right door and he just went straight ahead. Fam, he talked about the door and he made it very clear. As you can see, I'm not even rapping no more. Why? He got into podcasting. He getting his bread that way. And I'm pretty sure he good right now. Probably doing better than when he was in the game. I can guarantee you he doing better than when he was in the industry,
You could go left, you could go right, you could go to the homo door, you could go through the sacrifice door, or you could go straight.
Doesn't matter if he took the door, if he did this or he did that. The problem is he gave you the game. See, a lot of you cats, man, again, selective hearing, selective outrage. You can have somebody that went through the door and they still gave you the game. Did you take the game? You're so busy worrying about the fact that somebody went through the door. Did you take the game? Did you take the game? You worrying about somebody selling out. Did you get the game out of what they told you? You know? That's what you got to think about here. A lot of you cats, you wait for when death visit you, and then you want to pray to God. But when somebody giving you the game, you're too busy concerning yourself with trivial things that makes no sense. Did you learn something from the situation? Did you learn something? Well, he went through the door, so do you want to go through the door and find out? Doesn't matter what he did. You got a lot of cats in these streets that done deleted people, done some things they're not too proud of. You know what I mean? You got some people out here in these streets that deleted people and never served a day in prison. Nobody never found out about what they did. They got away with all sorts of hits and crimes. And they live their life, and they're not too proud of the things they did. It haunts them till this day. You know? But the point is, if that same person try to give you game, does that mean their game ain't good because they did the things that they did the dirt? That doesn't make sense. Then it wouldn't be good game. Good game normally comes from people that done did dirt. You know what I mean? Now they able to speak on it. You know, if a drug dealer is speaking about the life of selling drugs, he's going to reach more people. Why? Because he been there. And he overcame and he got on the straight and narrow. Now he got another form of business of making money. But he could teach the youth a whole lot. Yes, he did the dirt. But should we throw him out because he did the dirt? Because he sold out? Because he sold drugs to the community? Should we not count his words as valuable? His words are more valuable than the guy who never sold drugs but trying to speak on the topic. You know? Because he been there. He distributed, he sold, and he got caught, he did time, and now he trying to clean up. That's his way of giving back to society, paying off his debt. You got some guys right now in these streets, some OGs, some old timers in their 60s that sold drugs, did bids in prison, and they still paying their debt to society. If you were to talk to these cats in the hood, they'll tell you, look, fam, all I live for right now is paying off my debt by teaching the youth not to go down that path. That's what's going to get them their salvation. Just teaching the youth not to go down the same path. That's giving them salvation. You know? Because they remember where they came from and the dirt they did. And they refuse to get paid or they refuse to sell out. So they just teach the youth from now on. You know, I seen a video the other day with some dude. He was offering him a lot of money. And he was like, nah, take that money and give it to those people outside because I done some things in my past I'm not too proud of. And I'm basically trying to earn my way into the gates. You know what I'm saying? He said something about the pearly gates. He's like, if I take that money, it's like me selling out. Just get that money to people that need it, man. I'll earn mine the right way. Because I'm still paying off my debt to society. And he's out of prison. He's out of prison. He already served its time. But what he's trying to do is redeem himself by just doing good deeds. You know what I mean? It's crazy stuff out here, man.
It's kind of looking like Gillie went through the sacrifice door.
Man.
Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and I'm out. Pay attention to your circle before they hurt you.
That's something I always tell you guys to do. Keep your eyes open. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to get up on out of here, man. That's pretty much the end of the marathon for right now. I'm not going to make another video. I'll save that for later on today. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably do another marathon later on in the day or whatever the case is. But that's a lot of content that I put out. A lot of time, a lot of investing in different information, giving out some truth. But yeah. So, you know, final words on the situation. brothers got to learn to see eye to eye on the bigger picture. What could we do to stop these kind of deaths? What could we do to stop fathers from burying their sons? We got to change the lifestyle. The lifestyle of the hood, trapping, drill music, it's poison. You know what I mean? Come on now. It's poison. Y'all know this. These youngins are not rapping about nothing but death. That's it. So you can't get emotional when death come. You can't. If I got a son and he out in them streets wilding, trap music, drill music, pants sagging, smoking weed, drinking Henny, and I don't school him and he die, I can't be at no funeral crying, fam. I didn't do my best as a father, man. I didn't reach him, man. I neglected him, fam. That's why he died. I neglected my son. So hopefully Gillie will learn from that and become a better man in terms of how he go about doing what he do on the podcast, and also how he gonna reach these youths with a message that's gonna be life-changing. Because why? He lost a son. So hopefully that right there will teach him something, a valuable lesson on the responsibilities of a man and the responsibilities when you have a platform on reaching people. Because it's not just about making money, it's also about reaching these people. If you got that power and that influence, man, you can change a lot of lives. So those are my final words on the situation. Peace and blessings to everybody in the chat. You know what I mean? For sticking around and whatnot. Let me give a shout out right here on the Cash App. Let me see who we got here. Shout out to, I just saw it disappeared. I don't know where it go. Let me see. I know I just saw something. It's crazy. I just saw a Cash App appear and then disappear. I don't know what in the world's going on. Oh, here we go. He just came back. I don't know. His phone bugging out. Shout out to Heston. Heston for the $20 support on the Cash App. To the all praises to the Most High. All right, y'all. So I'm going to get up on out of here, fam. I got some things to do. And I'm going to keep you posted on these stories. There's a couple of cats that came after Hassan with videos. We might review those videos later on today and break those down. I just find that it's sad that you got so many black men making video after video about Hassan because of his words. But none of these brothers are making videos talking about how they can find the killer who took out Gillie's son. They don't have that energy for that. It's just sad. So it's almost like they're saying Hassan is clout chasing. He's just wanting attention, but they're giving him the attention. So it's an oxymoron. It's crazy. It's like y'all giving him the attention. If he wants attention and y'all giving him the attention, what does that say about you? You know? That's counterproductive. Anyway, y'all. Peace and blessings to the mods. V-Dub, man, salute. Salute to everybody in the chat for rocking with the platform. Y'all be safe out there. You know what I mean? Take care. Have a blessed day at work. You know, whether you going to work, coming from work, at work, driving, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? All the peeps at Home Depot, stocking boxes and whatnot, about to open up the store. It is what it is. Salute to all of y'all over there. You know what I mean? And all the brothers and sisters on the 9-to-5 grind that's surviving in these streets. Keep your eyes open. Keep the Most High first. Focus on your health and your fitness. Be thankful, man. Be thankful for the day. Be thankful for the fact that you have another opportunity to get it right. You know what I mean? Call your mom. Call your dad. Tell them you love them. You know what I'm saying? It's very important that you do that. Y'all be safe. I'm out. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Ringo TV Reactions. We out, fam. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at RingoTVRaw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.